I'm Aurora. I am the youngest child of Chansey and Allison Griffin, Beta family of Sacred Moon Pack in the state of Montana. My brother Caleb is returning from Alpha training today. Alpha Anderson Kane and my brother left nearly 2 years ago to learn to be the best leaders we could have. My twin sister, Amelia, has been on pins and needles all day. She will become Anderson's chosen Luna at the Ascension ceremony tonight. I, on the other hand, have chosen to become an attorney for the pack. Now that shifters have been acknowledged by the human world, we find ourselves embroiled in many conflict resolutions. I want to be a part of that. We are constantly appearing in human courts and are in need of legal representation. The Council of Shifters accepted 20 applicants from various shifter species, and I scored in the highest percentile, meaning my education will be provided for. My preference for my specialty is to represent the monarchies, especially the dragons. They are among the few shifters who have had to remain hidden. I want to help them adjust and be able to interact with the other species. All day, my parents and I have been preparing for the ceremonies tonight. Decorating, dealing with caterers, setting up the vendors. I just finished speaking with the photographer and videographer to show them where they need to be. Amelia's voice sounded in my head. Even her mind link is nasally and reminiscent of nails on a chalkboard. Where is my dress? I told you to get it steamed and returned to me. I only have an hour to get ready. First off, I dropped your dress off, as a courtesy. Anything more than that is on you. If you aren't ready on time, that is not my fault. I am your Luna. You will do as I say. Bring me my dress. Again, first off, you are not my Luna. Secondly, I am not your housemaiden, your highness. Get your own damn dress. Mom, make Aurora bring my dress to me. My mother calls out, Aurora, take your sister's dress to her. She needs to get ready. I came in from the patio, looking at Mom and said no, as I turned back and finished what I was doing. My mother snaps, why must you always be difficult? Your sister needs your help. It would take 2 minutes. I grunted. And why must you always cater to her every whim? She is 18, not an invalid. If it only takes 2 minutes, she should be quite capable of fetching the dress herself. I honestly feel like a servant where she's concerned. My father snaps at me to apologize to my mother and take the dress to Amelia. Rolling my eyes, I refuse to apologize, but I do retrieve the dress. There is only so much disobedience this family allows me. Walking into Amelia's room, I hang the dress on her closet door, just as she walks out of the bathroom. Good! You're here! I see telling Daddy has you doing as you're told. Now I need you to do my hair. Or do I have to get Daddy's attention again? I smirk. I once believed you would outgrow your mean girl mentality. Hoped for it, actually, that you could possibly learn to be a decent human being. But nope. Even your wolf is rotten to the core. She screeched. You have always been so jealous of me. Why? Because I'm prettier, popular, older? What, Rory? What is it? I doubled over in laughter. Gripping her shoulders, I spun her to face the mirror. Prettier? We are identical twins, you half-wit. Popular? My friends aren't followers. They don't fear me. Older? By minute and 37 seconds? And jealous? Of what, Leah? Mom barged into the room. Aurora Rose, stop irritating your sister this instant. She asked for very little from you. The least you can do is be supportive on her big day. I do not know whatever has gotten into you. Now fix her hair as she's asked while I do her makeup. I grinned and said, you are so right, Mommy dearest. She doesn't ask ever, actually. She demands. And I irritate her? That's rich. Goddess forbid I ever ruffle the feathers of the family's golden bird. Her big day consists of stealing a title that isn't rightfully hers, depriving not one, but 2 beings of the other half of their souls. The goddess doctrine dictates we never violate her edicts. Yet, this entire pack is fine with falling out of favor of her by doing just that. Forgive me for not condoning that behavior. I entered my own room, nearly an hour later, running behind because I had only just finished with my sister. I jumped into a quick shower, getting my own gown on. I quickly braided 2 thin braids of my silver hair, pulling them back and fastening them with a jeweled barrette. I slapped a little makeup on my face and had just exited my room. From below I hear my brother yell, where is my favorite sister? I want to see her smiling face. Amelia tittered, I'm right here, silly. With Caleb replying, I know you're here, Amelia. I meant Rory, and you know it. My whole face lit up in a huge grin as I race for the stairs, only to falter when my mother's voice snidely remarks, "You know your youngest sister, always dawdling." I frown. No matter how hard I try, I will always just be the extra, the kid no one expected, yet here I am. I skip down the stairs, eager to hug my brother. The only one who's ever got me. My hero. I yell Caleb, and leap the last 5 steps into his arms. He catches me and spins me around. "I have missed this face, little bit. Let me look at you." He stands me on my feet and twirls me, whistling low. "You are an absolute beauty, Rory." I smile, kissing his cheek. He turns me around so I can greet Anderson. Our eyes meet and Isla mutters, "Mate," in my brain. "No, no, no." He turns and grabbed Amelia's hand, walking away. I pull into Caleb's arms, and the dam bursts. Caleb whispers, "What just happened, baby girl?" I shake my head violently, and he leads me outside to the back side of the garden. "Talk to me, Aurora." I dry my tears and try to smile. My mate will be pledging himself to my sister in a couple hours. How's that for irony? I was just preaching about true mates to her, never realizing the other half of a body's soul she was stealing would be mine. He dried my cheeks and told me, "Anderson is an honorable man, sister. He will do the right thing. I am sure he's explaining everything to Amelia right now. She will understand. Everything will be okay." I shake my head, chuckling. "Bet $50 says I am rejected within the hour." He groans. "You and your betting, I will take that bet. I know my best friend. Easiest $50 I've ever made." I laugh at him. We walk back inside, to our father waiting on us. Alpha wants us in his office. This is a mess. Why can't anything be easy with you, Aurora? I rolled my eyes and linked Caleb. "Still think you're winning the bet?" Caleb asked, "How exactly is this Rory's fault, Dad? The goddess chooses mates. Amelia is the one who overstepped." My father snapped that this is not Caleb's decision. We follow the Alpha. Entering the office, there they all sit. Alpha, Luna, my mother, and Anderson, with Amelia in his lap, consoling her tears. Isla whines deep and my heart hurts. I comfort her, letting her know we are stronger than this, bigger than the pain. I sit beside Caleb, as he takes my hand. My father plops beside my mother. Alpha John said, "Well, this is an unfortunate turn of events. Aurora, I am sure you understand the significance of this. As the second-born daughter of a beta, it's only logical the first daughter be the mate of the Alpha. Anderson and Amelia love each other. They have been together for several years. This wrinkle cannot be allowed to throw a monkey wrench into their plans." Caleb squeezed my hand as I began to shake. I ask, "So I am once again, what? Expected to step aside? Take a back seat to the whatever Amelia wants, Amelia gets dog and pony show?" And Caleb squeezes my hand harder, knowing I am about to say something I can't take back. Amelia screeches, "You have always wanted what I have, Aurora. All our lives you have made everything about you." I busted out laughing. "Are you serious? Is she serious? I have never wanted what you have. Nothing in our lives has ever been about me. Our birthdays, not once were they ever what I wanted. I hate pink. Boy bands are for cheerleaders. Rainbow confetti cakes are disgusting. Have I ever complained? The only person in this entire pack who ever gave a shit about me is my brother. I learned a long time ago. I was just the extra kid. Not the bonus kid, not the youngest. I was the throwaway. The one no fucking body needed or wanted. So if I was called in here to be rejected by a coward, then let's do this." Anderson coughed and stuttered, "I'm not rejecting you. Axel would weaken. But I love Amelia. I need you both." Caleb growled, "What the fuck, dude? No, that's not how this works. You don't get to do this to my baby sister." Dad snarled, "Stand down, Caleb. This does not concern you. This is between Anderson and the girls." Caleb growled back, "You're okay with this bullshit? You are okay with the Alpha fucking one daughter while causing excruciating pain to the other? What kind of parent are you?" My goddess. I have never been so ashamed to be a member of this family than I am at this moment. Alpha John roared, "Enough. This is Anderson's decision. He will mate and mark Amelia at the ceremony tonight, and Aurora will do her duty to the pack." I gasped, and Caleb was already shaking his head to say something else. I stood and said, I will not, Anderson, by accepting Amelia as your chosen. You are rejecting Isla and me. Therefore I, Aurora Rose Heartsong Griffin, reject you, Alpha Anderson Robert Kane of Sacred Moon, as my mate, now and forever. Anderson grabbed his chest and hit his knees. He moaned, No! And my mother slapped me, screaming, You ungrateful child! Everything has to be your way all the time! Even though the ache in my chest was stealing my breath. I said, Never lay hands on me again. I follow the goddess's doctrine, and by this pack not doing so, I pray you do not bring her wrath down upon your heads. As I turned to go, Alpha John said, You are hereby banished from Sacred Moon. This is no longer your home. You have 24 hours to vacate my territory. I muttered, So be it, and walked out. I immediately went to my room and started packing. I would simply head to the university campus 2 weeks early. I kept telling Isla how sorry I was, but she assured me it was our only option. She was whining but whispered, We will be fine. We are strong, and the goddess is on our side. We are adhering to her teachings. We will not be the ones with regrets. I smiled. Okay, I wasn't a cheerleader, but Isles is. I went through everything I wanted to take. I took nothing that would remind me of the betrayal of my parents. My birth certificate will remain. I am legally changing my name to my grandmother's maiden name. My mother's mother was Gabriella Heartsong, of the Alaskan Heartsong Pack. She was the only person, besides Caleb, who knew my struggles and knew my pain. From now on, I will put myself first, and I will become the person I was meant to be. My opinions matter. Let Topper Jocelyn know what you thought about this chapter. POV. I watched my baby sister walk out the door with a heavy heart. I looked at everyone in that room, individually. Then I asked, Is this what we have become as a pack? Have we forsaken true mates for what we believe a superior choice? Because if it is, I find myself reevaluating everything I have ever known us to be. My father said, Caleb, you know Aurora is not Luna material. Amelia has been groomed for 3 years to take her position at Anderson's side. She is the perfect Luna. I scoffed. I know no such thing. What I do know is Aurora is a woman of intelligence, integrity, strength. A loving, giving woman who has bent over backwards to be the daughter she is. She has struggled her entire life, just to be seen by her parents as their child. Someone of value to this pack. But no, what I see is a family determined to hide her in the shadow of her twin. A vapid, shallow, self-entitled bitch who bullied her, put her down and made fun of her whole existence. All the while being encouraged to do all that by the very same people who created Aurora. Amelia screamed. She wanted to take Anderson away from me. She wanted to steal my happiness, to make me suffer. You're my brother. You're supposed to be on my side, but instead you think it's fine for her to steal my mate. I look at her, my eyes wide, and ask, Do you even hear the bullshit coming out of your mouth, you spoiled little bitch? She can't steal your mate. You don't have one. You stole hers. The ego you have is astronomical. I am your brother, but I am Aurora's brother too. Every single one of you have forgotten that. Just like you forgot she is your sister, and you both forgot she was your daughter. She's right. She has always been the throwaway. I am so ashamed of everyone in this room. Anderson speaks for the first time. So, where does that leave us, Caleb? You are my best friend, as close as a brother to me all our lives. I didn't know Aurora would turn out to be my mate. There was no way I could choose. My wolf wants his mate, but I want Amelia. I shouldn't have to choose. Shaking me head. There shouldn't have been a choice. Anderson, you should have told Amelia you were going to accept your mate. Amelia should have understood. My parents should have shared a happy and proud moment with their youngest child. Our Alpha and Luna should have encouraged you to be with your goddess-given gift. Those are the only shoulds that should have happened. Instead, we have a chosen mating that sees my baby sister banished, and not a fucking one of you seemed concerned at how low we have fallen as pack. What about you, Luna Bridget? You haven't weighed in at all. I was actually convinced you cared about Aurora. Seems I was wrong about that as well. Alpha John warned, Watch how you speak, boy. I will not be disrespected. I scoffed. Or what? You'll banish me too? Anderson yelled, No, enough of this. Luna Bridget said, Caleb, I care deeply for Aurora. I would have been so very proud to see her become Luna of this pack. It is her birthright, and she would be a hell of a Luna. Oh, the changes she would have wrought. But in this, as in all things, I have to bow to the demands of my Alpha. Alpha. John snapped. Why didn't you speak up then? Here you sit extolling all Aurora's virtues, while you sat silently when she was here. She sneered. I was told to keep my mouth shut. Do you not remember? He, at least, had the decency to look chagrined. I spoke quietly. I am not sure how to deal with this. My every instinct tells me to follow my sister out of this pack. My sense of duty holds me in indecision. One thing I do know. I am so very ashamed of my family. What should have been a happy occasion, my homecoming, my ascension to Beta, pales in comparison to the grief I feel. No matter what happens after this, I lose something very dear to me. I am disgusted. And as I said, ashamed. I am going to spend time with my sister. You people do what you want. And I walked out. I found Aurora in her room, burning photographs, only keeping the ones with me in them. Tears rolling down her cheeks. I lifted her and sat down on the chair, holding her in my lap. My heart broke even further as her sobs rang out through the room. I said, I'm not bothering to unpack my suitcases. I am going with you, wherever you go. Her throat caught on a sob. No, Caleb, absolutely not. You are a strong man, an alpha-born Beta. This pack is going to need you. Desperately. Anderson is a weak alpha. Your strength supersedes his own. You are even stronger than Dad. Without you, Sacred Moon will fall. I know it, and you know it. I shrugged. I don't want to be here without you. It won't feel the same. It won't be my home. Again, she shakes her head. I said no, they need you. I will be okay. I emailed the council. They have already responded. I told them everything. Full disclosure. They have granted me lone wolf status and I will only be 45 minutes away at university for the next 2 years. We will FaceTime and text, and you can come see me. Every weekend. If you want. You are the only family I have, Caleb. I need to know you are following your dreams. My little sister. Everyone always comes before her. I replied, Will you watch my ceremony? She again shakes her head. I won't be allowed, Bubba. I am no longer part of this pack. The Alpha saw to that. I have no bond. I will watch from the window, though. I promise. As I stood to leave, Mom and Dad walked in. Bastion growled deep in my chest. I stood protectively in front of my sister. Dad said, Stand down, boy. We have only come to say our goodbyes. Aurora laughed. Don't bother. You have never thought of me as your daughter. Saying goodbye is an empty gesture. Mom snapped. You have always been such an ungrateful child. And Aurora laughed again. I asked, What does she have to be grateful for, Mother? When has she ever been treated like anything more than a hired hand? Go. Be with your golden child, I should say. Your only child. Because I have disowned you to wallow in your shame. Just as you have treated my sister, so shall I treat you. I shoved past them to attend a ceremony that held little meaning for me anymore. As I said my oath of the office I would try to uphold. I listened to my baby sister's screams of agony after the marking of Amelia. Looking out at the pack, I said, Those agonizing screams, that is the pain of a true mate feeling her mate mark an unworthy chosen. I shifted into Bastion and ran. I need to think.